What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Today I wanted to do a video breaking down how player boosts work with the talent trees in Madden 22. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down how these various different boosts to your players through these trees are applied to your players in Madden 22. So each coach, your head coach, your offensive coordinator, and your defensive coordinator, as well as your quote-unquote player personnel, have talent trees that are going to affect your team in some way. Generally speaking, your head coach's talent trees are focused towards training and development, as well as staff modifications, making it cheaper to acquire traits for your offensive and defensive coordinators. However, whenever it comes to your offensive and defensive coordinators, and this is the heart of today's video, a lot of what they have to offer are actual boosts towards your players. So if I were to go and purchase, for example, the weight room trait, it says boost the strength rating for offensive linemen by 4. And the reason that I'm making today's video is I want to clarify how this is applied to your offensive linemen, or how these traits in general are applied to your players. I want to clarify that purchasing a trait such as weight room is not going to just one-time boost the strength of your offensive lineman by 4. It doesn't add 4 to their player card. It's not like a player upgrade. Essentially, the way that these act is it is a permanent boost to your team. So any offensive lineman that is on your team will get that boost. And I'll show you guys exactly how those apply to your players in a moment. So let's go ahead through on our offensive side of the ball for a quick example and show you guys exactly how each of these apply. So our offensive linemen currently get +1 awareness. We get +3 pass blocking by tight ends. We also are gaining +1 run blocking for our offensive linemen, as well as +1 impact blocking for our tight ends. So let's go ahead back to our players on our offense, and we can take a look and see who is getting those boosts and how. If we go ahead and select any one of our offensive linemen and scroll over to their ratings, you'll see these little green arrows and a +1 by the ratings that are being boosted. This is very similar to the morale system that was in the game, in that you get these little arrows, these little green arrows or red arrows, showing which direction the player's ratings are moving. So in the case of these boosts, you're going to get green arrows for them, and +1 or +3 or +2, whatever the trait is going to give you from your coach. You guys can see that we're getting multiple boosts on Kendrick Green. You'll see the +1 run blocking power that we talked about before, and the +1 awareness. However, if I go and scroll through my other offensive linemen, you will see the same exact boosts being applied to them. So the important distinction here is that they don't actually get +1 to those ratings. So if he goes over to the other team, his run block power and awareness are going to drop back down to what their base rating is. So it would be a 71 and a 78 for his run block power and then awareness respectively. So this player is only getting those attributes because they are on my team, and so they are not actually being added to that player, if you understand what I mean. They are a team attribute, and it is being boosted onto that player because that player is on the team. Therefore, an important clarification is that you will be able to get these boosts on players that return to your team, that are added to your team for whatever reason. So, for example, I think the important clarification is some people may misunderstand the boost and think, okay, well, if I purchase this, it's going to give a one-time boost of 4 to the linemen that are currently on my team, and then they'll have, plus whatever. So if it's +1 run block power, everybody will just get +1, and then even if they leave my team, they'll keep that +1. That's not necessarily the case. It's not a one-time boost. Any player that enters your team will then be added that +1 on top of their run block power, because it is something that is active within your coordinator. Likewise, for our tight end here, we can see that he is getting his +1 impact blocking, +3 pass blocking, so on and so forth. So those boosts are applied in the same way as, like I said, the morale system was in the past, where it is factored in on top of what the player actually has on their player card. The point here being that these boosts are actually quite important for your players and your team as a whole. So make sure that you focus on actually having a very good path towards getting the boosts that are going to help you out with what you want to do with your team, because you're going to always retain those boosts as long as you have your offensive and defensive coordinator on your team, and that can be extremely helpful to the performance of your players within your franchise. Hopefully this information has been helpful or useful to you in some way in making sure that you understand exactly what you're getting whenever you purchase any of these skill traits within the talent trees for the coaches and coordinators within franchise mode. If this video was helpful and made sure that you understand exactly what you're getting whenever you buy these with your staff points, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good one.